Have you been feeling sad, tired, or like you've lost the will to live? Then pay attention. The problem might not be in your head, it could be on your plate. Certain foods can silence the chemistry of happiness inside your body, while others reignite that spark for life. Today, you'll discover which foods lift your mood, restore your energy, and bring back the joy of living. And something that seems simple, like changing your breakfast, for example, can completely transform your days. A study published in the National Library of Medicine, titled Beneficial Effect of Increased Tryptophan Intake on Its Metabolism, followed older adults with mood changes and found something surprising. A diet rich in tryptophan was able to improve brain metabolism and boost emotional well-being. You're watching Life Guidance After 60, a channel created to inspire, teach, and remind you that life after 60 can be full, healthy, and purposeful. We're new here. Please support us, share our content, and subscribe to the channel. As time goes by, your body changes, and with it, the way you experience life changes too. Things that once felt easy, like waking up cheerful or smiling for no reason, start to become rare. Many older adults believe this loss of enthusiasm is just a natural part of aging, but the truth is something deeper is going on. Your body and mind are constantly communicating, and the food you eat is the language they use to understand each other. When that conversation breaks down, joy quietly starts to fade away. Days that used to feel colorful begin to look gray. Activities that once brought pleasure lose their meaning. And it can all start with something that seems harmless, a poorly chosen meal, a purposeless snack, or a careless, whatever, attitude when it's time to eat. What few people realize is that food is also a chemical messenger. Every bite sends signals to your brain, telling it whether it's time to energize, relax, or protect itself. When your body gets the right nutrients, it responds with vitality. But when key substances are missing, it slowly shuts down, quietly, without warning, until fatigue and sadness become your everyday reality. Think for a moment, how many times have you felt exhausted for no reason? Or irritable without cause? These are biochemical distress signals. Your body is trying to tell you something is missing, and more often than not, the message comes from your diet. And here's the fascinating part. Modern science clearly confirms this. Research shows that mood doesn't come from positive thoughts alone, it stems from chemical reactions happening inside your brain. These reactions depend directly on the amino acids and vitamins you get from what you eat every day. Serotonin, for instance, the well-being hormone, can't be produced without tryptophan, an essential amino acid your body can't make on its own. It has to come from food. And when this substance is lacking, your brain literally switches off your ability to feel pleasure. The result? Low motivation, apathy, trouble focusing, restless sleep, and even symptoms of anxiety. That's why it's no exaggeration to say, never eat just anything if you've been feeling sad or like you've lost the will to live. Because what seems like just a quick meal might be quietly sabotaging your joy. Many older adults fall into the trap of convenience. They eat whatever's handy, repeat the same meals every day, and forget about fruits, proteins, and whole grains. Others start eating less, believing their body doesn't need as much. But lacking nutrients is like removing the batteries from a clock. It might still look nice on the outside, but it stops working on the inside. Without the right foods, your metabolism slows down, your nervous system becomes sluggish, and your brain starts sending mixed signals, as if your body were tired of life itself. The good news is this cycle can be reversed. Just as sadness can stem from nutritional deficiencies, happiness can also be rebuilt through food. And this isn't just an emotional promise, it's a scientific fact. There's a diet that naturally boosts serotonin production and reactivates the body's symphony of happiness. A simple, affordable, and delicious combination of foods capable of restoring the sparkle in your eyes and your zest for life. Imagine starting your day with something that nourishes your body and lifts your spirits. Imagine gradually noticing your mind becoming more responsive, fatigue giving way to lightness, and even your sleep improving. All of this is the direct result of one conscious choice: eating like someone who truly wants to live well. And that's exactly what you're about to understand. In the next few minutes, you'll learn which foods help your brain produce more serotonin, why they work so well together, and how they can completely transform your mood and daily energy. Get ready to discover the diet that brings back the joy of living, backed by science and proven by those who've already put it into practice. There's a moment when your body seems to give up before your mind does. Your legs keep moving, your heart keeps beating, but something inside quietly goes out, like a faint light struggling against the wind. Many older adults describe this feeling as a weary soul. But modern science reveals that what we call a weary soul might actually be a body that stopped receiving the chemical fuel of joy. This discovery is changing how experts view aging. For a long time, people believed sadness and loss of energy were just natural parts of getting older. Now we know it's not time that dims your spirit, it's the small nutritional gaps in your body that make it fade away. Lacking key nutrients directly affects the brain's chemical messengers responsible for your emotions. And the most surprising part? In many cases, simply adjusting what's on your plate is enough to reignite the spark of life. The human body is like an orchestra. Each organ is an instrument. And what you eat is the conductor setting the rhythm. When your diet is unbalanced, the music of life becomes out of tune, confusing, noisy, chaotic. But when the right foods arrive, everything harmonizes again, the brain takes the lead, the heart follows along, and your whole body begins playing the melody of vitality. Among all nutrients, one plays a special role in this symphony: tryptophan. It's an essential amino acid, the starting point for producing serotonin, the hormone that regulates mood, sleep, and the joy of living. Without enough tryptophan, your body loses its ability to create happiness. And without happiness, aging becomes heavier than it needs to be. Now imagine that every meal you eat is an opportunity to send a message to your brain. I want to live lightly. That message is carried by foods containing tryptophan and other compounds that enhance its effects. They work like tiny chemical keys, unlocking the doors to calmness, energy, and good spirits. But the opposite is also true. There are foods that slam those doors shut, ultra-processed items loaded with unhealthy fats and artificial sugars, that disrupt your metabolism and hinder the production of well-being neurotransmitters. That's why, even with good sleep, many people still feel exhausted. They feed their body but leave their brain starving. The good news is there's a way back. You don't need complicated diets or strict restrictions. Just replace whatever's handy with conscious choices. Small, consistent changes have the power to restore communication between body and mind. And when that connection is re-established, something magical happens. Your mood lifts, your energy renews, and even physical aches seem to fade. This is where science meets real life. Studies show that older adults who start eating tryptophan-rich foods experience significant improvements in emotional and cognitive well-being. They sleep better, feel more energized, and rediscover interest in simple activities. It's as if every cell in their body receives a gentle reminder that there are still reasons to smile. And it all starts with one choice. Don't just eat anything, eat what brings your joy back. Because, contrary to what many believe, aging isn't an inevitable decline, it's a transition that can be light, vibrant, and full of purpose. When your body is properly nourished, it becomes your greatest ally. In the next few minutes, you'll discover the foods that awaken your brain's capacity for joy. Based on scientific research and proven results, we'll explore why a simple combination of proteins, vitamins, and healthy fats can completely transform your mood and energy levels. These foods aren't just meals, they're messages of life sent to your body, saying, "Wake up, there's still so much to feel." Get ready. What comes next is the heart of this discovery, the Joy Diet, a true biochemical symphony that awakens well-being and reignites your will to live. And you'll understand, step by step, why each of these foods is essential to rebuilding balance between body and mind. Never eat just anything if you've been feeling sad, tired, or like you've lost the will to live. Because your body interprets food as a command, and every meal can whisper either, shut down, or wake up to life. What seems like just a simple dish might be silently reducing your production of serotonin, the happiness hormone. But there is a way back. A combination of foods capable of restoring your brain's chemical balance and reactivating the joy of living. Science has found that this happiness diet works like a perfectly tuned orchestra. Each ingredient plays a different note, and together, they create the melody of well-being. Let's look at how each of these foods reignites your energy and transforms your mood, one by one. 1. Eggs, the energy that wakes up your brain. Never start your day with empty-calorie foods if you feel mentally sluggish or unmotivated. Choose eggs instead. They're rich in tryptophan and vitamin B12, both essential for your brain to produce serotonin and dopamine, neurotransmitters that bring pleasure and drive. Unlike many ultra-processed foods, eggs keep your blood sugar stable, preventing that sudden crash and fatigue after breakfast. Each egg is like a natural shot of mental clarity first thing in the morning. 2. Banana, the fruit that soothes the soul. Never rely on sweets if you've been feeling anxious or irritable. Sugar gives momentary pleasure, but a mood crash quickly follows. Instead, eat a banana. Packed with magnesium and potassium, it helps your body relax, eases muscle tension, and directly supports tryptophan release. It's the perfect snack to turn restlessness into calm, a natural tranquilizer that also sweetens your day. 3. Cheese, the emotional comfort of calcium. Never skip meals if you've been feeling nervous, restless, or mentally foggy. Your body needs stability, and cheese delivers the ideal trio: calcium, protein, and tryptophan. This combination regulates your brain's electrical impulses, steadies your heartbeat, and promotes deep well-being. A small piece of cheese can do more for your mind than many quick-fix remedies promising instant relaxation. 4. Salmon, the food that oils your thoughts. Never live on fried foods or processed meats if you feel mentally scattered or unable to focus. These foods cause inflammation and block communication between brain cells. Salmon, on the other hand, is rich in omega-3, a fat that improves blood flow to the brain and boosts production of serotonin and dopamine. It's as if it boils your mind, allowing thoughts to flow again with clarity and energy. 5. Nuts, small doses of serenity. Never go long periods without eating if you've been feeling impatient or unfocused. When your body runs out of fuel, it releases stress hormones. Just a small daily handful of nuts is enough to prevent this. They're packed with selenium and healthy fats, nutrients that stabilize your mood and protect your brain from premature aging. They're like tiny natural capsules of calm, capable of turning nervous tension into lightness. 6. Oats, the fuel of consistency. Never start your day with white bread or sugary cereals if you struggle with mood swings. Oats are the complete opposite. They release energy slowly, keeping your brain nourished and balanced for hours. Plus, they contain vitamin B6, which helps convert tryptophan into serotonin. Oats are the food of stability, the one that ensures your good mood lasts all day long. These 6 foods, when combined, create a biochemical symphony of happiness. They speak directly to your brain, awaken your well-being hormones, and restore the lightness that time tried to erase. And the most remarkable part? There's solid scientific proof of this. A study published in the National Library of Medicine, titled Beneficial Effect of Increased Tryptophan Intake on Its Metabolism, PMC, observed that older adults with mood changes showed significant improvement after adopting a tryptophan-rich diet. The research concluded that this type of eating positively alters brain metabolism, enhancing well-being and reducing symptoms of low mood. So whenever you feel weighed down by life, remember: the joy of living can begin right on your plate. These simple choices are safe for those in good health, and if fatigue persists, always consult a healthcare professional. But the first step, always, is to care for yourself with awareness. The right food doesn't just nourish your body, it awakens your soul. Joy isn't lost all at once. It fades slowly, like a fragrance dissipating in the air. But in the same way, it can also return, drop by drop, meal by meal, choice by choice. Every right food choice is a quiet reminder that life is still pulsing within you. Eating well isn't vanity, it's an act of love. Love for yourself, for the body that carried you this far, for the mind that still has so much to dream. And when that love shows up on your plate, your body responds with gratitude, your mood lifts, your sleep calms, your energy returns. That sense of lightness you thought was gone starts reappearing in simple things, the taste of fruit, the smell of coffee, the smile of a passerby. Because happiness isn't about becoming young again, it's about feeling alive, present, and whole. Science simply confirms what life has always known: food can be medicine or poison. And when you choose the right medicine, eggs, bananas, cheese, salmon, nuts, oats, your body gets the message: it's time to bloom again. This awakening doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen. Gradually, discouragement makes room for curiosity, apathy turns into movement, and your eyes regain their sparkle. Life starts to feel different, not because time turned back, but because you've started feeling again. And feeling is what truly keeps us human. Remember, the secret isn't in eating a lot, but in eating mindfully. In understanding that every bite is a message you send to your body. A message that says, I want to live well. I still have plans. I deserve peace. This information is based on serious research, like the study Beneficial Effect of Increased Tryptophan Intake on Its Metabolism, published in the National Library of Medicine, which showed that older adults with mood changes regained well-being through a tryptophan-rich diet. But it's important to remember, every body has its own story. If symptoms persist, seek medical advice. Taking care of your health is an act of wisdom, not weakness. And perhaps that's today's greatest lesson. The joy of living doesn't depend on your age, it depends on how you nourish your body and soul. There's always time to begin again. There's always a new morning waiting for you, and it can start with your very next breakfast. You're watching Life Guidance After 60, created to inspire, teach, and remind you that life after 60 can still be full, healthy, and purposeful. If this video touched you in any way, please give it a like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to rediscover the taste of joy. Because what we share from the heart comes back multiplied. Until next time, take good care of yourself. And remember, living well is the most beautiful way to say thank you for life.